Welcome, my friends, to the YouTube channel. This channel is making the coding videos for all of the people. I'm just kidding, that's not actually my real accent. Although I am an Arab, so I do feel entitled to making fun of my own people. Okay, so this is a continuation of our React-based personal portfolio website. We're moving on to the third video now. Sorry, let me make a little adjustment there. Okay. Um, so in our last video, we built out the landing page, which is where we're at here. If you want to code along and you want to start from the beginning, check the link in the description below for the URL to the playlist. Okay, so now we want to build out the projects section. So let's get started on that. Okay, npm start. No, that's not right. Okay, great. All right, so I've already got our projects.js file here. So go into src and components and projects.js. So first thing we're going to do is if you go to React MDL, scroll down to the tabs section. This is something I'm going to implement here. They've got a little example with some sample code here, but they've got Starks, Lannisters. I don't even know what the heck that says, but yeah, we're not going to use this code. We're just going to build it out from scratch. So we'll keep this here. Let's start off with our constructor. So what? Oh, I see. You know what? Whatever. We'll just keep going. All right. So what? You know what? I gotta see what's going on here. Okay, and we are back. So let's start off by building a constructor, because this is going to be a class with initialized with a state. So constructor. Sorry. Props and super props. This dot state equals, well, active tab is 0. Okay. So inside of here, let's clear out our initial code that we had. Let's create a div. Give that div a class name of category dash tabs. Inside of that div, we're going to start creating our tabs. So you start off with a tabs tag. Inside, we're going to create individual tabs. But before doing that, let's say active tab equals this dot state dot active tab. And then on change, we're going to do a callback. On change tab ID. This dot set state active tab to tab ID. And then at the end, we're just going to add ripple, which is a cosmetic effect when you click on each individual tab that you create. So let's do tab, and in that tab, we're going to create React. Let's copy it over. When you see me do something like this, all I'm doing is Shift, Command, and D on Atom. That's just a shortcut to copy the line item that you're on. So we're going to do Angular, Vue.js, and MongoDB. Obviously, you guys can do whatever it is that you want, whatever skills that you want to categorize your projects with. And of course, we have to import from the React MDL library tabs and tab. So let's do that up top from React MDL. Okay, cool. So we're probably not going to see anything quite yet. Oh, we are. So there's your tabs. So the way it works with React MDL, they're considering every tab that you create starting from the first is indexed with a number starting at 0. So React represents 0. This will be 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to get to that here in a bit, but let's create a section under our tabs section. Let's give it a class name of projects grid. And inside of section, we're going to call this dot toggle categories, just like that. And we're going to create this now up top, this method up top. So now the way we're going to do this is we're going to do it as an if-else statement. Reason being is, when we call, let me give you an example. So if this dot state dot active tab triple equals 0, then we can return whatever we want to return, and we'll just keep doing an else if, and based on the tab that's active, the active tab, it'll render the JSX that that's relative to the tab which is clicked on. So in this case, if the active tab is set to 0, it's going to be that's our React category. So for now, let's just do an H1 and say this is React. Okay. Active tab triple equals 0. What have I done? Just a second. Okay, that was stupid of me. So, we got to create our method and put everything inside of it, obviously. Toggle categories. And let's take all of this stuff. We can just put it in there. Or let's do this cleaner way. Yeah, that works. And there it is. Okay, so let's do the remainder of them. Else if this dot state dot active tab triple equals 1, we want to return a div with an h1. This is Angular. Else if this dot state dot active tab triple equals 2, return div with an h1. This is, we decided to do that as Vue.js. Okay. Else if this dot state dot active tab triple equals 3, return div with the h1. This is MongoDB. I think we should be good. This is React, this is Angular, this is Vue.js, and this is MongoDB. Okay, cool. So, sounds good. Now we're going to want to style the individual projects that we bring into each category. We need to import a few more things from MDL, grid and cell. So we're going to create a grid, which you learned about in the last project and in the last video, grid and cell. And inside of sections, or in section, let's create a grid. Give it a class name of projects/grid. And let's create a cell with a column equal to 12. And inside of that cell, we can take the this.toggle. Well, let's cut it first, but let's create a div and give that div a class name equal to content. And then go ahead and paste this.toggle.categories. Okay? And we should be good. Nothing will change at this point. So we are going to, okay, check it out. In React MDL, in cards, they've got a few different sample cards. We're going to be using this one right here and just customizing it to our preference. Instead of copying it and pasting it, we'll just go ahead and code it from scratch. But do take a gander at these cards at your free time. Okay, let's see. So we're going to start off with React. So anything within this return statement here. All right, so we want to import all of the React MDL components that will be associated to building out the card. So we're going to have card title, card actions, button, card menu, and icon button. And yeah, okay. So within the return statement of the initial if statement, this is React. If it's triple equal to 0, we want to build our card in here. So let's do a card, and inside of the card, we're going to give it a shadow. These are some properties from React MDL. Shadow of 5, style equals double curly brackets, minimum width for 450, and a margin of auto. And within the card, we're going to give a card title, give it a style of, let's do color is FFF, the height is 176 pixels, and the background, which is going to be a URL. Before we put in the URL, just center and cover. So whatever URL you put in here, we could just, let's go, I've already found some on Google Images, but we're going to copy image address and paste it in there. Okay, so, and within the card title, we're going to say, call it React Project number 1. And now we want card text. And in here, we can just put some lorem ipsum, just a little bit, some dummy text. And then under card text, create a card actions and put border. Wait a minute, that's not right. sorry, card actions. We give it a property of border. Inside of card actions, create button. GitHub will be our first. Give the button a property of colored. And let's duplicate that. Card text not defined. Did we not bring that up? Oh, we didn't import that in. So anywhere, just put card text and a comma. Don't forget the comma. Okay, so we got GitHub, code, pen, and live demo. Okay, so now underneath card actions, create a card menu, give it a style equal, just the color, which is FFF. And now within the card menu, give it an icon button with the name of share. And this is a self-closing tag. So we should be good to go. Let's take a gander at it. And there it is. I don't really like that picture. Is there something else we can try? Kind of like this one. Let's see what that looks like. Copy image address. What just happened? Okay, whatever. Then I should make this black, right? Yeah. Card text. Oh, that's the title. All right, that works. No, you know what? I take that back. I don't like that white background picture. Sorry, guys. This is not even important, really. It's not important at all. How about that? Looks like crap. All right, one more, guys. One more. I just feel like I want to find the lucky. You know what? F it. F it. Whatever. Doesn't even matter. Fine. Actually, I should. Yeah, we won't do that though. So, yeah, we've got a card here. You can title your project, give it a little description, and then hyperlink it over to your GitHub. If you've got the project hosted on GitHub, you can hyperlink there. If it's on CodePen or if you have a live demo, you can share it that way. So now, as you can see, we're just kind of adding this code in here. It's all static. I'm thinking about when we finish up this project to refactor everything and create like this admin login where you can dynamically add your projects by filling out forms and then having it render over instead of just and actually I think we are going to do that because that'll make it a real project. It'll make it a good project. So, but that's in the near future. We've got a couple more videos to go. So since it's just static right now, let's duplicate this card 3 times over. Actually, let me comment in here. Wait, yeah. Project 1. So I pasted it twice. So this will be project 2, and this will be project 2, and this will be project 3, and the title will say project 3. And if we save that, what have I done? I have a feeling everything needs to be wrapped in a div. So we'll do that. When all else fails, just wrap it all in a div. So let's cut that. Let's paste that. Let's see what happens. See? Well, okay. We have a new challenge here. I must pause. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. My bad. So in grid, okay, we had section before. Get rid of section and assign class name. Project's grid. Assign that class to the grid itself. Do keep the div that we created up here. Actually, we also don't need. No, yeah, this is ridiculous. I'm sorry, guys. You know, I'm just starting off doing these tutorials, and I promise I'm gonna make them great someday. As I get better at coding, as I get better at organizing my tutorials, because this is fun. Okay, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And so now you see it aligned vertically like this. Okay, cool, fine, whatever. Let's go to class name projects grid. Okay, inside of app.css, let's do projects grid. I think this should do the job. Just do display flex and hot reload. Where y'all at? No? Okay. All right. Okay. You know what? I actually people edit out their mistakes, but I don't want to be that guy because this is real world stuff. Okay, this is what coding is about: screwing up and figuring out how to undo that screw up. Which I will be back once I figure that out. Okay. So this is what we gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Um. Okay. Over here, grid. Just get rid of class name projects grid. Just let's unscrew ourselves from that. Okay. Grid, no classes. Forget it. And the div that we have in the return statement for React, where we were adding all our JSX here, this div, give it the class name projects grid. And hoo hoo, ha ha, let us see. There it is. All right. That's our project for the day, or no. This is we're gonna end it right here. This is our project section, and now we're just gonna move on to the contact and about me and resume. I will be better prepared for the following videos. You watch and see, my friends. All right, and how the hell? Okay, right here. Finish recording. See you guys.